What's going on, everybody? It's Ben here from the Pride of Villa. It finishes Brighton 0, Aston Villa 3. Aston Villa pick up 3 points away on the road, and it is a result that will do a massive favour of us going into the last quarter of this season. And it's a very interesting result from tonight's perspective, because there's two ways you can look at it. You can look at it from the one perspective and say that we weren't at our best tonight and perhaps didn't play, the better football. However, we look on the other side of it and we say we've got 3 points away from home. It's 6 wins in a row in all competitions, 3 different goal scorers on the charts, and a lot of positives to be taken out tonight from a game that, like I said, when you reflect over the 90 minutes of football, we were not the best team out there tonight. I think more so for 60 minutes, Brighton were a lot more dominating, a lot more threatening, especially in the first half, because it felt like we were non-existent. We weren't really up to the pace of the game. Even though we've had the same time to rest between us, even though Brighton have had probably half a day extra, you're looking at it and you're thinking there's just not that same sense of urgency about us that, played against the Preston game on Sunday in the FA Cup. There's not that same sense of urgency, and yet we've got nearly a full team back now from injury. And that's the first positive there. It's nice to see that balance of rotation. We obviously saw a few changes going in the game tonight. And then you got to look at the bench as well. But that is a nice, solid option to have when you're going into this last half of the season. Bear in mind, we struggled with any form of consistency. So to be able to see that now tonight and be able to see, having that flexibility in the players that we want to show, and the reason why we spent the money we have on the certain players, especially in the January transfer window, that is the reason why. Just to see, not having 3 goalkeepers on the bench is a nice change of mind. To see the level of names and calibre we have, it's just a nice, refreshing option. But ultimately, in that first half of football, it was very dire to watch. Some questionable decisions. Obviously, there was the penalty decision for Brighton that was overturned, mainly the handball potential from Jacob Ramsey. And yet then at the other side of the pitch, Jacob Ramsey gets tackled for a penalty, which I think personally is a penalty myself. He's completely got the upper hand on, I think it's Hinchelwood. He's got the upper hand on him. He's going to outpace him when he nutmegs the ball through him. And then he's completely taken out with no ambition for the ball because he's completely missed it. There's a penalty there for me, and yet that gets overturned. So you can say it kind of cancels out both decisions there. And then second half, Villa go back into the game. We're trying to get a foothold into it. And eventually we do achieve that. We get the goal from Marcus Rashford, who, since he's been at the club, he's been an absolute revelation, a sense of revigoration for him to come back from Manchester United, from a dark period of playing there for so long, being casted out from manager after manager, to now see him not only get the rewards for his performance, it's massively gratifying to see. And to get that first Premier League goal, that's a boost of confidence that he needed. Roll on from his brace against Preston on Sunday. That's just going to keep building on him. And, with these last 8 games after the season for Villa, it's now about, can he keep those performances up, and what will Villa do going into the summer? But it's a nice bit of play from Morgan Rogers as well to really help build up it as well and really get us moving in that direction to even get us in that position. It's great resilience there from Villa to stay in the game at that point. And from that point on, we just see Villa, I don't want to say control the game, but it's more kind of like Brighton just lose any sense of control or foundation on their team. They're just giving away balls. Villa are able to take advantage of this lead, and we see it again with a Marcus Asensio goal again. He's doing what we're paying him for, and that's what you're paying the player from him for. It'll be interesting to see how he's going to play against PSG. But again, I'm just looking on it as it is right now. I wanted to see more goals from him in the Premier League and in other competitions as well, and we're now seeing that tonight, and got one against Brighton. And then finally a third goal for a player that I think has been massively deserving of an opportunity, Daniel Mallon as well, in the last dying embers of the game. A really nice, well-taken goal from him to put it into the corner. Somebody like him who's not had the best of starts. There's all rumours going around potentially that they're already looking to move him out, try and recuperate some of the costs. And I think tonight a goal for him will at least do him the world of confidence. And hopefully, like I said, we can find a way to rotate him into the squad, because we're going to need it for these next, 9, 10 set of games, however many more we're going to play. That's what we need to see. We need to see rotated players, and we need to see everyone giving a combined effort on the pitch. As games tonight, they're not always going to go their way. They're going to be scrappy. But when you do struggling, when you keep going into the games, the one thing you've got to do is maintain your focus and establishment and maintain that core on the pitch as well. Tielemans and Kamara are really helping to control the midfield. That is what you need. You need a foundation within your midfield to really help build the rest of the team around. And when you've got that foundation, that's when you can still keep yourselves mentally within the game. And that's what I think we did tonight. We stayed ourselves mentally in the game. We showed a great sense of rotation within our substitutions, and we ultimately got the rewards. It's a clean sheet away from home, something that we haven't seen for a while, so that's going to do Emi Martinez the world of good. 6 wins in a row. Again, it may be in all competitions, but it helps build that confidence on for the next 8 or however many games we're going to be playing now. Obviously, on Saturday, playing against Nottingham Forest at home, that is going to be a very, very big game, considering the level of opposition that we played against them earlier this season and where they are this year as well. We want to be where they are, essentially. We want to be in the Champions League spots. And it's a game like that where if we can establish ourselves, we can do it. Now, bear in mind, results-wise, they've also gone favourable for us. We're now only, 2 points behind from Manchester City now, -1 goal difference. The race is on. We're now in the final stretches. We've got a team back together. Can Villa finally make some consistency in their form? And can we see Villa go on and push for a head? We're going to have to wait and see. In terms of a man of the match tonight then, I'm going to go with Morgan Rogers. Even though he didn't have the most exciting of games and doesn't, sometimes let the performances do slip a bit. You've got to acknowledge the fact that his goal involvements tonight as well, helping the second goal for Marco Asensio. Just genuinely his sense of awareness on the pitch. Like I said, when the game's not going for you, to stay resilient and within the game, that's what he needs to do. And that's what I think he has done tonight very well. Stayed in the game and he's got his rewards with some assists. But obviously, it's nice to see Marcus Rashford get a goal. It's nice to see Asensio get a goal. It's nice to see a man get a goal. Nice for a clean sheet. It's nice for a win away from home. And it's nice to just see Villa, coming off the break now, coming back into a sense of form. And like I said, with these last games, we're going to need it. But let us know in the comments down below what you think. Obviously, it is a tough sort of games coming up. It's Nottingham Forest at home on Saturday. Then I want to say it's the Champions League game against PSG. So let's see what we're going to get. But yes, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a comment, guys. And without further ado, we'll see you for the next game. Up the Villa with the pride of Villa. See you next time.